Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Sunday preview. Noble knights with pennants flying. The stench, the guttural howls, the constant wet gnawing of rotten teeth on bone. Welcome, esteemed personages, to the feast. The noble lords and ladies of the summer court are beginning their precision. As they carouse upon the eve of battle, hark, the herald speaks. So there is a little video right here, but we're going to take a look at the full article. Alright, so getting started here, we have the Flesh Eater Court's army set. Sound the horns and raise the gates. The Flesh Eater Courts are marching to war. This army set is the first place a budding aberrant can begin to muster a glittering new host of noble knights and redoubtable peasants. So very cool, we see the brand new Flesh Eater Court's army box set here. The set contains 25 completely new plastic miniatures, one mighty aberrant Gore Warden as general, his trusty Vargulf Courtier, 3 lightning-fast Moorbeg Knights, and 20 Abdorant Crypt Guard. You'll also find an exclusive launch edition of the new 88-page Battle Tome, Flesh Eater Courts plus 27 War Scroll cards, 30 tokens, and 33 enhancement cards, all of which are only available in this set, though the Battle Tome will be released separately to different formats. In short, in everything a general needs to set out a Crimson Crusade in Usheron's name. The set is available while stocks last. Alright, so very cool, all new models in this set and the first access to the Flesh Eater Courts. Now normally we see a delay between the actual launch box for a new codex / army set, but in this case we are kind of getting towards like the end of the edition, so I wouldn't expect too much of a delay between this box set and just being able to buy the book separately, but very cool. I will definitely be picking this set up. Alright, and then on to the Horus Heresy. So we do have the Mark 6 Assault Squad, long awaited. It's called the Age of Darkness for a reason. The skies were usually blotted out by soaring munitions, city-leveling explosions, and smoky contrails of hordes of Legion Astartes descending from the heavens on their Warhawk jump packs. So very cool new models and new style jump packs right here. Long-awaited set. This is a box of 10 plastic assault marines for deployment in your Horus Heresy games. You get enough components to arm your squad with chainswords and either bolt pistols or combat shields, plus a range of accessories and a sergeant with extra weapons options and 2 heads. This kit is entirely compatible with all Mark 6 upgrade sets, including Legion-specific accessories. And then we also have a Legion Astartes transfer sheet set. Also coming to the Horus Heresy are 2 comprehensive transfer sheets for Legion Astartes, providing general squad markings, honor signs, numerals, and lettering suited for all 18 legions. The infantry sheet contains 1,280 decals in total, while the vehicle sheet includes 510. Note that there's no Legion-specific heraldry included on either set of transfers. Alright, and then next from Middle-earth battle strategy game for Lord of the Rings, we have the King of Dead and Heralds. And it does specify, once again, these are in clear plastic. The King of the Dead returns to the Middle-earth strategy battle game in spectral, translucent blue plastic. Flanked by 2 heralds brandishing banners of the dead, this is a recast of the current models, taking an even more ghostly form as they bring the ruin to the forces of Mordor. So very interesting that Games Workshop has actually decided to recast their own models. I mean, I know it's an issue in like the secondary market, but even they're getting in on this one. But seriously, all jokes aside, it does specifically say these are in clear plastic. I really wish they would actually show just a raw model in plastic with no paint applied to it. But I'm assuming that like the bottom 50%, this is just what all the model is going to look like. It would make a lot of sense though, with a new product, something like this, in a new medium, that they would actually like show the raw product that you're going to get. And obviously this is not the case, as we do see like completed bases and that sort of like color shift at the top from like the dry brush effects. What good is a king without his army? This set contains 20 warriors of the dead cast in the same clear blue plastic, ready to attend their king and sweep across the Pelennor fields. These are also existing miniatures which have been recast in ghostly effect. Both of these clear plastic kits will be available while stocks last. So this does look like a limited run product. Again, I do wish we could see like the raw product itself. But these are actually really cool, and I hope that we see more of them in the future. Not sure why they're going like the limited route, and I honestly don't really follow Lord of the Rings like actual strategy battle game or anything, so I'm not sure if these are like existing range models that you could buy regular plastic, and that this is just like a second temporary option. But it is really cool in my opinion, and I hope that this really opens up the gates in the future for them to cast other models in existing ranges, in particular like Warhammer, because that's what I'm interested in. And I think typically with Games Workshop, once you see something, if it does well, you're probably going to see more of it. So let's hope that's the case. I would love to see like some Night Haunt. I mentioned it before, like stealth suits or ghost keel. I really like the idea of this. And I'm interested to see how it holds up, if it's going to be like more brittle or more bendy, or if it's just going to be like standard plastic, just different appearance. Very, very cool. And next we have White Dwarf 495. Your favorite hobby magazine returns in December issue, featuring lashings of information on all the new Tyranids and 4th Tyrannic War. You'll also find new special mission rules for boarding actions in the current edition of Warhammer 40,000, warcry rules for taking your free city fighters on Dawnbringer Crusades, kill team rules for jungle warfare, complete with jungle cards, and much, much more. So that is interesting. Of all that stuff on there that jumps out, the two things that strike me are one, boarding actions, because Games Workshop told us it was going to be supported all through this edition and everything, and we literally haven't even heard anything about boarding actions. And as far as I'm concerned, it was a money grab, and you know what? I fell for it. And as far as the kill team content, it specifically says kill team rules for jungle warfare complete with jungle cards. So a lot of people, including myself, were speculating that the new kill team season or whatever they're doing now was going to be like a jungle theme, which would have made perfect sense with like scouts and striking scorpions battling in a jungle. But obviously they went with like the recycled kind of like new revision of the Adeptus Mechanicus terrain, which I'm a big fan of, and I don't mind it. It does introduce some new components and everything. It's pretty cool. Obviously not the best setup for like actually playing kill team. But again, you guys know that I'm convinced no one actually working at Games Workshop plays any of these games. But that being said, this just feels like a massive missed opportunity. Maybe though, maybe this is coming out right now, and then we're going to see over like the next couple months when the next kill team set comes out, the one after this, maybe that is going to actually take place in a jungle, and they're going to do like some jungle trees and stuff like that. At least that's what I hope for. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch, and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. All right, and then we have the Grotmas Gitz. So Games Workshop definitely did like a little bit of like the Red Gobbo giveaway, some little animations and a little comic and everything. I thought it was fun, but it looks like when it's all said and done, it was sort of just like another pitch to sell a model. So here we have the Grotmas Gitz. Spoiler alert, he was the bad guy who stole the presents. You didn't see this coming, and nor did the Red Gobbo. It's the other festive miniature from Warhammer for 2023, featuring a black-clad rogue darting through the snow on one squig with an open mouth, scattering presents and snotlings in his wake. This model will be available for a strictly limited period in December, so snap yours up quick. So definitely a cool model. Reminds me of what is my favorite, the Red Gobbo, which was when he was riding the squig. So neat. Nice looking model here. Cool detail. Obviously, absolutely beautiful paint job. I mean, these presents look awesome. Very, very cool. All right, and then we see some new tufts, the Brimstein Firegrass. Spruce up your bases with these vermilion grass tufts, which match the scorched battlefields of Ashkree as well as they do the alien planets. In all, you get 155 tufts in 4 different sizes, enough for a whole army. So of all the tufts that Games Workshop could have made, this is the least desirable ones, at least for me. I do use their tufts. They're not bad. Let me know, though, who has better tufts, because honestly, I've used quite a bit of tufts over the years, and it seems like whenever I find good ones, they seem to go away. I like the ones that are like darker or lighter at the base and kind of like shift color towards the top because it gives like a little more depth to them and looks a little more realistic. Not a big fan of like the alien looking ones like bright purple, bright blue, or obviously bright red, but to each his own. All right, and next we have the Vault of Terra Collection Special Edition. Chris Wright's thrilling trilogy about corruption in the very heart of humanity's homeworld is getting a luxuriant special edition. Limited to just 1,500 copies signed by the author, all 3 volumes are collected in a fancy slipcase with leather effect covers, ribbon bookmarks, and an extra short story in each. So very cool. Definitely some nice art here. High quality product. 1,500 copies. Probably going to be somewhere around like $200+. So a bit on the pricey side, but definitely cool for those collectors out there. So that is it for this week's upcoming new releases. We'll be back tomorrow with the official price list on everything. Very excited for the Flesh Eater Courts. Obviously, the whole range and all the new models are awesome, but initially we're just going to be getting this box set here. But I will definitely be picking it up. Looking forward to get my hands on these models, thumbing through the book and everything. Absolutely beautiful art. We've seen some like minimal previews for like actual rules. I would expect over like the next like week or two that we get a bunch more of those rules. I know for some of the people that are like hardcore Flesh Eater Courts fans, it seems like they're worse, but whenever they show you like a couple of rules, it's typically either like a really good rules or really bad rules. but you never ever get the full picture. So don't just write off your army just yet. I'm sure they have tested through all these mechanics, and we all know that towards the end of the edition we tend to see like a little bit of power creep, or they're more likely to experiment with some new mechanics. So I would expect that in this book. And do remember that these are not going to actually go up for pre-order until next Saturday, and then it does look like it's going to be the 2-week pre-order period from here on out going forward. So I don't think these are going to be even possible to get before Christmas. If they are, it's going to be really tight. Typically in the past, Games Workshop has announced specifically like what items or when you need to purchase by if you want to get stuff in time for Christmas based on where you're located. We haven't seen anything like that yet, but I would expect sometime through like this week and next week, we'll start to see like those kind of announcements, maybe a little cameo from our best friend, James. So let me know what you're excited about, what you're going to be picking up. Have you been long awaiting those jump troopers? Are you looking to dive into the Flesh Eater courts and join the feast? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And I ate a little bit too much for Thanksgiving, but I saved a little room for dessert. So I'm in for the Flesh Eater courts feast, and I'm out of here.